Hello and welcome to Beyond the Gates, a D&D actual play podcast. My name is Mitchell Butter Caldwell, and I play Irit Hardstar. I am joined today by my other friends, players, and DM. Please introduce yourselves.
I am Adam Baeza. I play the half-elf fighter, Ruinel of Tarsus.
I'm Bryleigh Myers, and I'm playing Aster Laveau.
So my name is Chelsea Willis, and I'm playing Hope Brightshadow.
My name is Jacob Breaux. I'm the Dungeon Master, and let's go ahead and get started. So last episode, we left off, and the party had assembled what was left of the crew of the Friendship Not Friendship ship, and had created out of, dude, y'all should have named it like something with the Phoenix, like the ship rising out of the ashes.
I wanted to name it the Second Chance Ship, but I couldn't think of a better way to name it. It's the Second Chance Friendship Ship, not Communist ship. And
it ended up being called the what?
Leviathan's Wrath.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool name, just regardless.
So last episode we had ended off, and the party had assembled the rest of the crew from the Friendship Not Ship, Communist, whatever, and they had gotten what was left together, and they had taken the scraps and remains from the Friendship Not Friendship, Communist, Not Communist Friendship ship, and they had built a new sort of vehicle to take them under into the depths of the ocean that they called the Leviathan's Wrath, and they were headed for Telanthia with Captain Indy and the crew, what was left of the crew, and then now a new friend named Scooble, now in tow. And so that's where we left off, was them setting forth, and you guys saw a dim glow far away in the bottom of the ocean that Scooble told you he was pretty sure that we should head in that direction.
Word.
Follow the lights.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad. I'm not reading them.
So did we go with the the air elementals just air pocketed around us, or so we actually have
Yeah.
I don't know,
proper
engineer, what do we
submarine
do?
situation?
Yeah.
We never actually established that, but I would like us to figure that out.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and establish what the ship looks like now.
How is this working for us?
How's it working? You have an air elemental, that you're able to, use now as part of the crew after Irit had found the air elemental's cage and the wreckage. You have it's got some sort of metal housing to it to be able to withstand the pressure. So let's start making some decisions about what this ship looks like.
I'll be real with you. In my brain, it's just like a little wooden orb with some metal on it.
So
I know that's wrong. However, it's my brain. You can't tell me what I imagine.
I mean, I was kind of thinking something akin to not what a modern submarine looks like,
Sure.
but essentially just a wooden metal slash a wooden-ish metalish tube.
Okay.
That or I guess more like oval in terms of like definition and shape and all that stuff. With I was thinking kind of in terms of how they see, kind of akin to something a little bit more like just hardened glass or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, you were on a beach. There was sand.
Yeah.
We could, Minecraft logic it.
Yeah, we can Minecraft logic this, and then
Sure.
just a matter of like glass that's also kind of protected by like the metal around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Slash whatever D&D enchantments we pull on this thing, for like powering it, or I guess moving it forward, a rudder, and then, so is it just us, or is it us and crew in it?
It's you lot, and the crew, and so Captain Indy, 6 crew members, Air Elemental, you guys, and
us.
Scooble.
Okay. So air elemental keeps us pressurized, all that stuff.
Yeah.
For power, there's the rudder, and then some form of like very like wooden thrown together gear system of like a propeller system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, essentially just something akin to like what the steamships along like that would sail along the Great Lakes, something akin to what those would do. Just also adding into the fact of like verticality with that.
Cool. Any objections from the party as to that being what the ship looks like?
I'm still gonna imagine the orb in my head.
That's fine.
You're gonna imagine the Jetsons car,
kinda, yeah,
as the boat.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I would like to have just, like settled myself in somewhere, and Aster has just kind of inconspicuously taken out like a little, like a plein air like painting kit just out of her bag, and she's just like on the side of the ship, like where she's at, she's just like painting like inside the ship, like she's just trying to de-stress and just paint a little bit, but it's like a little, a little tin that has like paints in it and things like that.
Cool.
Irit asks for his favorite board back.
She grabs it out of her bag and goes,
"Here you go."
He takes it, and him and Terry then scratch on Terry.
His name.
I like to imagine that like he's giving it the same treatment that SpongeBob gives that rock. I know it got referenced a couple episodes where it's like, it's not just a rock, it's a boulder. But like that's what I imagined is like that's how it's not just a plank.
And then he like hangs it up. He like hangs it up on the side of the ship.
Yeah, like it's like a poster or something. Yeah. Or like,
but like the second we're getting off, I'm putting that back in the bag. That thing's gonna be safe
at all times. All right, Ruinel, is the glass that's letting you see outside, is it more of like a dome type of situation, as in like you have what's the word? Basically like a submarine windshield, or is it more of like a port, like a small viewport that you can look through? There's
like a half dome where all of us see through, especially like Indy, because she's steering this thing.
As you're going along and looking, you can see the glow off in the distance, and it's you're moving, but it's slowly getting a little bit brighter as you get towards it. However, it's still pretty dim, and so yeah, all around you're seeing. I'm sure what sort of like lighting do we have on this? I'm sure we've got the ship lit in some way.
I don't know, engineer. What are we doing?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sure we have the outside of the ship lit so that you can see where you're going, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
How did we do that,
Captain
Adam?
Indy just so happened to have a thing that could help us in this very moment, like a mousquetool.
I mean,
a really cool flashlight.
I'm thinking like,
I mean, even if we just had like here's an engineering moment for you, could some sort of glass mechanism have been used to magnify light from like, this is going to sound really irresponsible, but like from a small flame that boy is controlling over here with his hand. And then I could taumaturgy it to where it's brighter.
I don't think that could work. Essentially just reflecting / refracting light.
You're redirecting Irit's flames.
Redirecting the light
through into okay.
Oh yeah, cool. Probably just like a central beam going kind of like like a small
out from
thing
the
down.
front.
Yeah, out from the front, so it's below.
Okay.
Cool. And then Aster taumaturgies it to make it brighter.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we're using.
Turns it on. He goes, fire time.
So Irit's got some flames going on. Aster uses thaumaturgy to brighten it up so that everyone can see what's going on as you continue to get lower and lower, and it continues to get darker and darker. Outside of your windows, off in the distance, because it's daytime now, so you can see light coming from the surface of the ocean, and so you can see shadows of some creatures and things moving in the ocean with you. And off in the distance, you see several schools of fish and things swimming around. And as you continue to get deeper, you start seeing things like sharks. And as you're continuing down, you see 2 sharks and a very large, what you would assume is a very large squid off in the distance. It's not anywhere near you. And then you don't see the sharks anymore.
Oh my god!
I'm having like both Atlantis flashbacks, but also Star Wars prequels flashbacks. Mm-hmm. Star Wars episode 1. Like,
Ruinel is just like staring out of the port out of the dome glass, with just like the utmost focus. She's like watching everything that moves right now because like this is her element for now.
Yeah.
I don't think that Hope is feeling very well being stuck in a very small ship underwater.
She's already crying.
Do I need to calm person you?
She has pulled out her wooden dog toy that she has named Lucy, and she's holding it like a teddy bear.
Would anyone else notice this?
I don't know. Where is Hope on the ship right now in relation to everyone else?
She's probably like in a corner, if there is a corner, and if not a corner, like a small space
It's probably pretty rounded, I would assume, but I would assume that it's not a perfectly round thing. So I'm sure that there's probably a corner-ish.
I mean,
area.
I'd say it's more essentially like akin to it's rounded in the same way a D20 is rounded, you know. Or
Yeah. There's angles on it,
angles.
but it is like it forms a rounded-ish.
Roundish shape.
Yeah.
Ironically, she doesn't like being in this small thing in the ocean, yet she has found a small hole and has smashed herself into it so that she feels some semblance of a hug.
Anyway, how many people, let me be specific, would Irit notice?
Would Irit notice? I guess you can roll perception. But you're kind of busy at the moment, so I'll say roll with disadvantage because you're also powering the ship's lights. So you're probably not paying attention to much other than that.
I mean, 7 plus 5. 12.
Okay, so we'll say that you can see like kind of out of the corner of your eye, Irit, but you can't really like, based on where you are and how you're trying to power the lights of the ship, you can't really like turn all the way around to look and see what's going on, but you can see like Hope's in the corner somewhere.
Irit would then go like very telepathically to Terry, go comfort her.
Okay, and we'll say Terry's gonna run over there, and Terry's just gonna like, are you sitting down, Hope? Or
Yeah.
Okay. So Terry's just gonna go like curl up in your lap and try to like be like like holding a dog or something, just like the warm presence of something trying to comfort you.
I imagine that she's like got her knees up and she's holding the dog, and that Terry runs and like crawls on top of her head and just laying on top of her head.
I like that.
like one of those like heavy like anxiety blankets.
Yeah, like a weighted blanket.
And Terry's gonna like just take his paw and like kind of like pat you gently to try and like soothe you.
Yeah.
Cute.
As you continue down into the depths, Scooble points towards the light and says, well, okay, so we're getting almost there at this point. Let's see. Can you make the light any brighter? Anyone? Can you make it any brighter so we can see a little bit more of what's going on?
I mean, I was already thaumaturging.
More.
I mean, I could probably use 2 hands.
More.
I mean, because I just imagined that my initial imagination was you were just using like the smallest possible light like for safety, but if you could boost it up more, then it would automatically make it brighter. But I would imagine Aster is we're trying to do it as much as possible.
Like the ability itself like says nothing about actually using it out of combat, so we're already just using this thing like super odd.
I was thinking kind of like, I don't know, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but when we were talking about this, I was imagining kind of that there's some sort of like metal tube to the outside that has glass on it, and Irit was sticking a hand in it and like powering up the heat so that flames were going out the tube and reflecting out.
So like so me personally, I imagine it's like kind of near the roof, so you're just kind of putting his hand in this metal tube.
Okay.
I mean, I could just put a second one in there theoretically.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Put second hand in there.
So as you brighten up, you can start to actually see the ocean floor.
Okay.
And you're now approaching the light, and the light continues to get brighter, but now that you can see where the floor of the ocean is. As you approach the light, you see that it's not a city. It's just a waypoint. It's a marker. And there is a big tunnel that's dark. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. There's a big tunnel that's like, I guess kind of like a cave, but not really a cave. You know, it's just a tunnel somewhere. And it's dark in there, but the glowing beacon is on the outside of it. And Scooble says, Well, God help us now, I guess. I guess we gotta try to go in there.
Aster just takes a deep breath and goes, okay. And then goes back to her painting and tries really hard to not stress.
Well, I hope you guys packed your water wings.
No, what's it called? Meanwhile, like Ruinell's is already shouting orders to not shouting, but like giving orders to Indy, like, all right, up, no, not that, up to the left, a little more, no, not that much left.
Okay, so you're trying to line up the submarine with the
A
tunnel.
little bit right, a little bit left.
Yeah.
Ruinell, why don't you go ahead and roll a dexterity check to see, dexterity to see if you and Indy can sort out getting the ship in place to enter the tunnel. And it's pretty big, like it'll clearly fit your ship.
17.
Okay, perfect, yeah. So y'all are able to get it lined up to where you have enough space on either side of the ship, and still enough to where like you're illuminating something, and the light that you're shooting out is not just pointed straight at the ground and like diminishing. Like there's still a little bit of room for the light to reflect. Mm-hmm. And so as you enter, there is actually, why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check, everyone?
Okay.
Do I roll that at disadvantage because I'm hyperventilating?
No, I feel like Hope would probably be even more on edge and aware and more alert to things because
so, like, hypervigilant.
So can I have advantage?
yeah, we'll say go ahead and have advantage.
16 for Aster.
13 for Hope.
Natty 1.
10.
Okay, so Ear is actually just so focused on the lights that he's pretty much blinded to anything else other than the fire coming out of his hands.
He's blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
Oh, see, I went... Wait.
The Weekend?
Yeah, I went...
I was thinking about that, too. Oh, I can't wait. Wait,
No, that's not the words. It's fine. Yeah, so everyone but Irit's able to see that as you enter, it gets darker, and your light does nothing, and it's because there's a wall. Like, it stops. It's a dead end. And Aster, you would see that there's, like, markings and things cut into the wall.
Do they look like figures or language?
No, it's just kind of like intricate designing and things, more pattern.
Okay.
Then
she's going to pivot and like toss her paints into her bag and get her sketchbook out and like a pencil or some sort of,
Okay.
And she's gonna quickly try to jot like the designs down like in her sketchbook.
Okay.
Does anybody recognize this?
Would Ruinell recognize it?
Go ahead and roll history. Sorry.
I got a 4.
Nope. What is that?
I guess could everybody
Aster, that's
have-
some really cool original artwork. That's
Yeah.
what Renell says.
Yeah.
You what?
I guess could we all roll a history check because everybody's looking at it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Except for
I was
Ear.
about to say,
Ear
I
didn't
can't
see it.
figure out.
Oof. Not
Can
good.
Terry look?
No,
I got an,
because he curled up on Hope's head and probably went to sleep.
I got an 8.
Weird.
An 8. Okay. Well, you already rolled.
You said it everybody but Irit, so I took the chance to try and do it.
No, you didn't get to give yourself advantage.
You know what, that attitude.
That's my Discord name for a reason. No, you can't have advantage.
I have dark vision.
7.
Okay, 7 for Aster.
Yeah.
So I also got a 7, but like Hope pulls out the map that she drew of the map on the wall at the witch's cave, and then like hands it to Aster, and is like,
Okay.
"Does this match up with that?"
Why don't you go ahead and roll investigation?
Okay, cool.
Hope and Aster both get inspiration for using the map to work together.
Okay.
So plus a d6 then? Or...
Inspiration. So you can
Yeah.
you have a free d20
Oh, just
to
a
use.
free d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have free
I'm so
advantage.
used to my bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not
No.
Okay.
Hold on. Those are not D20s.
Those are the only ones I have.
Bro, what? Let me see that.
D12.
They are
they are
D12s.
12. I was pulling from the wrong side of the box.
Have you been rolling D12s the entire time?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Even last session?
Every time.
I should have
No, what?
used. I should have.
That explains why the rolls are so low sometimes.
I should have used my chunky roll for the inspiration.
I looked over, I was like,
Okay, so
I
That's
pulled
not
from the
enough
wrong side of the box.
sides.
Yeah.
okay, hold on. We've got a retcon because
Oh,
we had
God.
some D12s rolled instead of D20s.
It's fine. No way. I was like, you could just double them, but that's 24.
No. Okay, go ahead and roll investigation with the D20 this time.
That would be a 14.
Okay. Yeah, so this time you look at it. Aster wasn't able to manage much of a pattern, but you see that the pattern is not just where the marking was of what you assumed was the point to Telanthia, that Captain Indy had kind of assumed that that's what it was pointing to, because that was the only thing it could be. But that there are several areas of the map that form the pattern that you see on the stone wall in front of you.
So kind of like filigree,
I don't know what that means.
like
Use small words. I am a small man.
so you know, like on like award certificates, and it has the fancy like drawing around like that, like the corners and the border and stuff like that.
Kinda, but really just think
It's
about like
flair. It's just flair. It's artistic flair, basically.
like if this is the pattern, imagine that the map is like this, and it was here, and then here's some islands, here's some islands, here's some
The
islands.
islands are making the design.
Like yeah, like the geography on
Yeah.
the map forms the design
Oh.
on the wall in front of you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, I did a bad job of explaining that.
It makes me feel like the map took us to this spot so that we could see the shape of the island, which makes me feel like we have to get back in the sky and find this island that's shaped like this. But I don't.
How do you get in and out of the ship? I'm assuming there's some sort of like pressurized little container room that you can
I
swim
don't
out
know,
of.
engineer. How do you do it?
Yeah, how'd you do it, friend?
It's called a hatch.
So there is a hatch. Cool. And then with you being in an air bubble via air elemental, so on and so forth, you'd be able to get in and out. And so Scooble actually just he climbs up the ladder and goes out the hatch, and he goes and starts swimming towards the stone wall and starts trying to like knock on it. And you don't hear it because it's all underwater, but you see like some like ripples happening up against the air bubble. And he's scurrying.
Bro, schmovin'. Captain Endick, do these symbols look recognizable to you at all?
And Captain Indy gets out of, the little area she was in working on trying to keep the ship going, and she walks up to the glass and just looks, and she takes a second and trying to think of how she would answer it.
I think this is the right place.
How so?
Ramming speed!
I know, I'm like, are we gonna have to break through this wall of unknown thickness?
With the glass dome at the front.
Well,
Yeah.
so those of you who are familiar with Telanthia might know this or might not. So go ahead and roll me a history check. Let's see. Let's sort that out this way. Everyone roll me a history check. Well, who all was familiar with Telanthia? Because we did that.
I think it was me.
Ruinel knew. I don't think.
I don't
It would
think
make
I
sense for me
was.
not to
Okay.
know.
So we'll just say that Ruinel knew what it was. So Ruinel,
history?
go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oh, but
It's fine. Ruinel, roll me a history check.
Bradley, what was that face?
I rolled a nat 20.
Let's go ahead and
Drum roll, please. 6.
And a 7.
7. Okay.
Can I roll with advantage?
No. So Captain Indy looks at you. She's like,
Well, I'm not sure how much you remember about the tales and legends of Telanthia, but it's a sort of gated off place.
Cute to like the little harp playing as like a cutscene plays.
Not the gated. Not the gated community.
What's an HOA?
But yeah, so Captain Indy then proceeds to explain to you that according to legend, it's not a physical door so much as like a spiritual one.
So we have to talk to gods.
Send your spiritual weapon out there. See what happens.
Whack, whack.
No, just like maybe see if the magic reacts to it or something.
Have we tried casting fireball?
I cast fireball.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
I long for the day that I genuinely get to use that.
Okay. Just wait.
Can any of us even cast fireball?
No, I'm just talking in general game wise.
I'm gonna try to. Well, I have to go out there first.
Okay.
I was gonna cast Sacred Flame, but flame and water are not gonna mix well together.
So
What if it's sacred?
As y'all are like talking to Captain Indy about this, we'll say Scooble comes back in and he like gets back in and he like shakes off all the like water off of him. He looks at you and goes, "Man, that's a sturdy door. I don't know how you can get through that. I kept knocking and nothing happened. No one answered. That's kind of rude of them to not answer the door, huh?" And he just goes and he sits down.
You said the door is sturdy.
It's pretty sturdy. I just knocked on it. Nothing opened.
Bro pulls out like his medieval Game Boy and starts playing.
Yeah.
Like he's Groot.
He's got a little
You got a
box.
homebrew 3DS?
What's the you remember those games that you could have like the little rings and
it's got a ball with a string on it, and you like click, like you have to click something.
It's like in
and
water?
You have to like
no
hit it
yeah, I'm
up.
talking about the water things.
Oh.
Where you
What's
like
it-
push and it shoots
Yeah.
the bubbles
Yeah.
up or whatever
Yeah.
to move the little things that you try to like. Yeah.
The ye old Game Boy.
He's got one of those, ye old Game Boy, and canonically that's what it is. He made it himself. He's very proud of it.
Could I try to knock on the thing? I don't know how long I can hold my breath though.
If you keep on
Sure, you can hold your breath Constitution plus 3 minutes, I think, or something like that. I can't remember the exact rolling. Let me see. I think it's
Plus 2 to
I
my constitution.
I've never attempted that.
how to calculate.
I did Google how long ferrets can typically hold their breath. It says for a couple seconds.
Oh my god.
So, no.
Ferrets are not resilient.
1 plus X minutes, where X is the Constitution modifier of the character. So you'd be
So-
able to hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Okay. I would like to go swim out and knock really hard.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a strength check.
10 plus 4. 14.
Nothing happens.
Aster just goes back into her corner and again sends a very probably not useful prayer out into the universe, hoping her mom is going to answer. But if you can please help with this, it would be very appreciated.
Roll Arcana. We'll say this episode is Arcana.
Or religion.
Sure, roll religion. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Tracking.
Could Irit, like, go swim back, poke his head back in? How much do we care about this door? Or gate or whatever it is?
I don't really think we should be breaking people's doors down.
Captain
it's
Indy
an
looks
HOA,
at
I
you.
don't respect
Indy looks at you and says,
Well, like I said, I don't think it's as much of a physical gate as it is
A spiritual one.
a spiritual and magical gate.
Let me try something. And he swims back out and just tries to walk through it as if it doesn't exist.
"Okay."
I almost thought about that one too.
You go to stick your hand towards the door, and no, it's a rock.
I was really hoping to, like,
No.
try to start swimming, just bonk my head.
Yeah, no, nothing happens.
Okay.
You can't get through. You can't
He
push
Do
through.
we-
swims back into the ship.
Do we all have to pray?
Accurately.
Roanoke turns and walks over to Hope. All right. I said, all right. All right.
Isn't this your thing?
So, well, you're outside.
You
Oh, came back inside,
I
that's
came
right.
back.
He's like banging on the window. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, noise. Okay. So, you're supposed to be the one that's the most in tune with spirituality and the gods and stuff.
Yes.
Well, Captain Indy says that it's not really a physical door, but more of one that's more spiritual.
Hope's eyes are like big as saucers. And just like
So, and you too, Asta. Why are you looking at me like that, Riley?
Oh, now you don't want to make fun of her for her connection and belief in the gods, huh?
Well, well, I didn't hear your complaints about the ship, about my shipbuilding as we were building the ship. So, anyways, well, can you try and commune with the abandoned gods and have them show some mercy for once, and open the door?
They're not going to help us with that attitude.
Pretty please.
With a little Terry on top.
with a little Terry on top, like that's so cute.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes, you.
Pretty pleased with the Terry.
Hold on,
on
give me a
top.
second. Give me a second.
That's gonna be like our new thing.
Hold on.
That would be a cool T-shirt. It's
Yes!
like it's like ear going like this, like
Yes.
pretty please, and then with the Terry on top.
Yes.
T-shirt.
All right.
Okay.
Please, just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I was like, is that intimidation?
I don't think we can
Brunel's
turn that
crashing
into a
out
t-shirt.
again.
Pretty sure that's been copyrighted.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Ruinell's crashing out again, guys.
So Hope
You've been here for
squeezes
fun.
her eyes. Hope squeezes her eyes closed really tightly and pulls Lucy, like the wooden dog toy, even like closer to her, and she's like, "Gods, if I don't get out of here soon, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I'm fully reliant on you and your mercy, and the crew is with me, and they're all relying on me, and we're in your hands. Please help us now."
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Religion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're pulling out the coin.
Okay, so Hope's going to use the
Crit coin.
the crit coin.
Crit coin. Once a day, you can roll this coin. Heads is a crit success, and tails is a crit fail. And that is a crit success.
Yeah.
Yay!
So everyone but Hope, roll me a perception check.
17.
Okay.
16.
8.
Perfect. So everyone but Ruinell, because Ruinell's, I guess, just not paying attention at this point, or maybe Ruinell's got her eyes closed real tight as well, just hoping it works.
Just staring at Hope.
Crashing out.
Yeah.
Ruinell was just so happened to be blinking for a very long time.
And so as this happens and Hope finishes, speaking, her eyes start to glow and fill the entire submarine. What is it? The Leviathan. Whatever.
The Leviathan's wrath.
Yeah, it fills the Leviathan's wrath with a burst of light, and then the door opens. It starts glowing and it opens.
Something cool just happened.
Wow, that was cool. Can you do that? Is that what? That's a cool party trick. You want to see mine?
And he starts juggling. He's like, I can't do that, but I can do it.
Can
Spent a
Ruinell
lot of time on that island.
Ruinell looks towards the door and sees that it's no longer there, and she's just like standing there, like now she's like actually bewildered at this because somehow for once the gods actually answered.
God's alive.
God's alive.
Irit looks over at Terry. He's just like, good job. But like only in Irit and Terry's mind.
Nice.
Ruinell looks at Hope and she's like, they actually listened to you.
For the first time in forever.
That's getting cut.
I guess.
Possibly luck then.
Okay, so the Leviathan's wrath starts moving and continues throughout the tunnel. And it's still dark. I'm assuming that Irit's going to go ahead and light it back up. Yeah.
Yes.
And so it still is dark. Now you can see what's directly in front of you, but it's several hundred feet of just nothing in this tunnel. And then as you approach to the other side, off in the distance, you see these bright, orbs. And as you begin to get closer, you see that it's not orbs, but it's domes of glass or something else similar of that has light emitting from it.
It's a lamp.
Is that Telanthia?
I think it's a lamp.
Oh, that's a cool lamp. Do you think we can put that on the ship?
I think it's a lamp.
Do you think that can...
Yes. Sorry.
It's taking everything in Ruinel. It's taking everything within Ruinel's power to not throw something at Irit right now.
Irit has a -1 to his intelligence.
I am your light.
She's about to add to that minus intelligence.
Make me smarter.
She's about to add into the negatives. Captain Indy, do you think that could be Telanthia down there?
Yeah, maybe. Looks like it. In the abyss, it's the only thing that we can really see.
Let's just keep moving then. Irit, keep the light moving, or keep the light going. Hope, just keep prying, I guess.
You just hear her whispering.
Whispering to Terry.
No,
But also rocking back and
Yeah.
forth.
she's walking back and forth like, they actually answered. Asta, just stay out of the way.
I am literally amplifying the light right now.
And keep doing it. Thank you.
She makes it flicker a little bit. You think I won't
That wasn't
bury
me.
all of us right here, right now, just because of spite?
Seems a little counterintuitive.
Captain Indy pulls out a bat and she's like,
No, I don't think you
she's staring right at you, Aster. She's like, this is not the time or place to be making threats like that.
I was like, calm down. Calm down.
Don't throw stones at glass houses.
You see how fragile she just said you were?
I think
All right,
I think
let's
she
go.
was talking about Terry. I'm
I
kidding.
was talking about the sub. The sub is glass.
Yeah.
So as you continue to approach, it gets bigger, and aside from just light, you start to see other things. Buildings, houses, roadways that are inside this dome. And as you get closer and closer, you're still on the ocean floor of this abyssal area, and as you get close to it, there's another large there's a large gateway, but these look very much physical, and less so of like something where it's like that was just a rock type of thing in your path. These look like they are doors, like they have hinges and things like that.
Are they doors or are they gates?
Yeah, a gate has doors, right?
Yeah.
A gate has doors,
A
right?
gate is just a brand of door.
Yes, according to Google, they do. There's several big domes that are kind of together, but this one has, the one that's closest to you, has these massive doors on this gate frame.
All right, you're up. Push them open.
Roll an intelligence check real quick.
That one.
I rolled a 0, Dad.
All right. If Irit would like to go try the doors, Irit could try the doors. Everyone else roll intelligence just because I'm curious.
A nat 1.
What?
Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's a 7, but it's
Okay.
still going to be low.
I was gonna say, how are we all so dumb?
I got a 5.
I got a 16.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ruinel, you're the only one that can tell. The doors don't open inwards. You have to open them outwards. So if Irit tries to push open the door, it's not going to work.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Back it up, Dad! Put it in reverse,
Wait, has Terry already left? Like, has Irit already left the sub?
I have no. How much time has passed?
I mean, however much time. I just.
All right. All
'Cause
right.
That'll determine yes or no.
Irit, so the hinges are facing us. So it's not really a gate that we push forward. It's a gate that we'll have to pull out towards us.
You got it. Terry starts swimming, starts pushing the doors.
Terry does?
All right, Irit.
That idiot.
So you said you pushed the doors?
Yes.
Nothing happens. All right, go ahead and give me a strength check.
All right, cool. 18.
Nothing happens.
That belligerent fool.
How long until Irit would realize, let's try pulling?
Please tell me.
Based on your 1 on your intelligence check.
Does it say pull on the outside of the door?
No, it does not. Unfortunately, that would be really funny.
Pulls open.
But, yeah.
Meanwhile, Ruinell's she's standing at the dome, like trying to do like a pulling motion, like essentially like.
Irit kind of looks back.
Okay, Irit, roll perception to see if you can tell what Ruinell's doing.
19.
Okay, yeah, you can tell that she's signaling for you to pull instead of push.
Irit then turns back, starts pulling.
Okay, why don't you give us a strength check?
I get a 2.
12.
They move a little bit, but they don't open. It's just like if you were to go to pull a regular door, like where the knob meets the frame, but you didn't turn it to open it, and so it's just rattling inside where it's set.
Can
basically.
Irit go back into the ship for a second to get some air, and
Sure.
then
Okay.
and then try to go like magnitude 3?
Sure. Yeah,
and
go
try
ahead.
again. 1 second, guys. Kind of swims back out.
So in order to open this, you'll have to get 3 strength checks of a 15 or higher.
Okay, I currently have a +7.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
That was more than 15. I rolled a natural 14 +7 at 21.
Okay. So there we go.
First one.
First one passed.
That is a 13.
Okay. And so as you're doing this, you see a little dart swimming towards you.
A dart?
Yeah. And it latches onto the door and it's glowing. And then after your eyes adjust for a second, you realize that it's Terry.
No!
And he's using magnitude. And so he's actually creating a bubble of air by boiling the water around himself. And so now you have advantage on the second roll.
I got a natural 16 +7.
Okay. And then you need 1 more success.
I got a natural 10 +7.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to start getting the doors to open. But you're going to need some help to get the rest of the way open. You have gotten it past the point, but like in order to get the ship open, you're probably going to need a little extra help to get it all the way. But you've succeeded. The doors will open at this point. It's just can you keep them open enough for the ship to get in? You need a little bit more help to get the ship in. But everyone is, able to do it now.
Can I go even further beyond, take the damage, and try more?
Sure.
I would like to go times 5. I will
Okay.
take the damage now.
What's your
How's
current
his
HP?
air situation?
He's in magnitude, so he's making his own air at this point.
Okay.
The first couple of times he went out, he wasn't in magnitude, so I didn't bring it up. But then whenever, so I'm not going to restrict him. It's not an indefinite air supply, but like it's enough. Yeah.
All right. This is me. 16 +8.
What is that?
4.
4?
Yeah.
In order to get this all the way, since no one else is going to help you, make me 2 more checks. And if you can get it, you can use Terry for advantage on one of your remaining 2 checks.
Do I have to call that out before?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm going to. Okay, that was the first one. 17 +7.
Okay.
That is a.
So that passes.
Yes. It's +8, so that's a 25.
Yep, that passes.
And then, for the fun of it, I'm gonna roll this next one with the advantage, just 'cause
Yeah,
I can.
why not?
I think I go 1.
18. I pulled
Plus
a natural
8.
10 on both.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to get it open the rest of the way. And so the ship can now move forward if Irit wants to get back inside the boat.
Irit's going to grab Terry and we're going to rush back in.
Yeah. So Irit and Terry are now drenched, but inside the ship with you all.
Thanks for the help, guys.
I had nothing to help you with.
I'm trying not to die.
Terry, go comfort again.
I'm trying to make sure.
Terry's
I'm trying to
gonna
make sure
go
the rest
and-
of the ship is fine.
Terry runs and goes and curls back up on Hope's head, except this time it's a little uncomfortable because Terry is drenched.
Terry's also like somewhat
Just a
burnt.
wet rag.
Can
Yeah.
can I go, Terry? Watch this. Copy me. Goes into magnitude for like a fraction of a second to try to dry off a little bit.
Okay,
Just
Terry
vaporize.
copies it and he takes so much damage that he dies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He vaporizes.
Yeah,
instantly.
he does that and like shakes out at the same time, and you know he's still a little damp, but he's mostly dry now. Are you guys going to move the ship inside the gates?
Yes. Probably, perhaps.
What
even,
awaits beyond the
Perhaps even beyond the gates.
Beyond the gates.
So you said the orbs are emitting light, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so Terry doesn't need to. Irit doesn't need to hands in the air, like you just don't care.
Where you are doesn't have much light currently,
All right.
but like,
Flame time.
cool. Yeah, you would assume that once you get inside, like there will be light that opens up. So you're gonna go back into the thing, and as you cross the ship beyond the gates, the doors close behind you, and the water drains, and the light comes on, and on either side of you, you see rows and rows and rows of people in full armor with spears, and you just hear
Goom, 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 goom,
Wait.
goom, goom.
and it's repeated thud, and you see all these spears slamming down. And are you gonna go outside?
Hope, can I get a real quick heal?
She like reaches a hand out and casts. What is it? Which one? What is it? It's
Oreo.
Cure wounds. Is that or is there another one? You probably need more than that. I'm gonna do cure wounds at level 2.
Okay.
That's 6.
Did you roll for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Duh. That. Cool. So you regain 6 health.
Thank you.
And so are you going to open the hatch and step out, or what are you guys going to do? Because currently you're surrounded.
Oh, I'm definitely getting out of the boat.
Yeah, Irit's gonna get out and like hide Terry in his shirt.
Okay.
Ruinell's getting out with like her hands kind of like up.
Yeah, like
Aster
I'm
was
sorry,
going to do
I'm
the
sorry, let
same.
me
She
just-
was
okay.
going to palms out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me just absolute cinema real quick.
Yeah.
Irit is also like hands up, like we're not here to harm you.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.
You are a toy!
Sorry.
You are a sad, strange little man, and I feel pity for you. Farewell.
Hope crawls out of the ship and she's got Lucy in one hand and Terry in the other hand and like the I mean you no harm arms
Terry's
up.
little
Terry's also
Yeah.
cinemaing right now.
Terry's arms are up like this.
Surrender. We surrender.
So as you all step out, Indy and the crew and
Google.
they all step out as well. And so as you all step out, Hope, you said you had something in your hands?
I have Lucy, my wooden toy dog, in one hand and Terry with the other.
Okay.
Terry in my shirt.
Oh, yeah, you did
Okay.
say you had Terry in a shirt.
Well, then the other hand is just up.
Okay. So as you all step out and they see that one of your hands has something, a spear flies by, and it doesn't impale your hand, but it knocks the wooden dog toy out of your hand onto the ground. And you hear this voice.
Who's that good there? We do not take kindly
To outsiders.
And the spear like knocks the little thing out of your hand. And as you look up to see where the voice came from, there is just a big Telanthian. He's at least like 8 feet tall, and he has a trident. All the other ones have spears. He has a trident, and it is massive. And he's wearing like ornate like golden robes and things with a massive crown on his head. What will happen to our party on the next episode of Beyond the Gates?
This episode of Beyond the Gates features Adam Baeza as Ruinel of Tarsus, Mitchell Caldwell as Irrit Hardstar, Bryleigh Myers as Aster Laveau, and Chelsea Willis as Hope Brightshadow. This episode was written and edited by Jacob Breaux, produced by Jesse Adkins, with the main theme composed by Stephen Matherne. If you like our show, please share it with a friend and rate us on your listening platform. Our next episode will drop on April 9th, so stay tuned and we'll see you then.
I would like to point out, I think this is the first time Adam has
I
said it
said
without
I was
without
thinking
umming.
it too. Okay.